things I was going to show you is right there. You can build the bridge here. You won't see the factories. CAD, thanks again if you're still there. Are you still there, CAD? Say hello so I can see if you're. I guess I could open the list, but anyhow, just so you know that we listened to you on the forums, CAD was mentioning, can we make it so the factories lots have to be cleared before you build the actual factories? And I thought about it, and logistically, to put trees there and stuff in fields isn't quite possible. But Mike was on at the time, and we were chatting. Hey, Scott, and not Mike, Chris, excuse me. Mike's always chatting, but Chris was on and chatting with me, and we were throwing things back and forth, and we came up with the idea of putting things hidden on the map. Thus, if you were here and you can rewind and watch this broadcast later on YouTube or on the Twitch channel, you'll see that the whole speedway was under a mountain. And that is something that we can do and probably will do with each of the factory lots. Prior to building them, you'll have to remove whatever is blocking them visually from you seeing them and making it into a rough landscape look all the way around. So that was really an idea that developed out of CAD watching. And as we sync up here, let me see if my chat stopped.
Yeah, one thing I mentioned to the guys I thought would be cool is you see where we have the Oshkosh out in that deck. To make it a little more realistic, I wonder if we would put the trigger or mark it out on the dock, if it'd be worthwhile to put it out where the truck is at to load up the fishing boat as opposed to closer to the edge. I mean, it's up to you, but it's just an idea.
It's going to become more like a real job. It is meant to take time and enjoy doing it. Uh, that's what the multiplayer map is all about, and that is something that many people have requested, is make it so that you have a farm. Now, if you're looking for one of those maps where you just want to come in and plant your crops, get your money, replant your crops, get your money, there's plenty of those out there. We're developing a map that you can play with a large group of people for several months, and that's what we're looking for on this one. And we'll keep expanding it out as long as we can. And it's all how you look at it, Therandad, or Thernadad, if that's how you say it. There's nothing that says that you have to do everything on a map either. As far as the way we look at it is, if you'd rather have a nice mountain there than an extra factory, then leave it as a mountain. If you don't want to look at the racetrack, you don't have to buy it. Leave it as a racetrack. And you want to send that boat, Jeff? Are you here, or I can send it for the guys here. And we'll send the last boat out. If I can not back up into the water. Nice parking job on the dock, by the way.
Well, that's one thing I was looking at is we put the triggers out at the end of the dock. I think to be much more realistic, but don't go too crazy.
You'd have a lot of boats in the water. Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
lags, so the boat's skipping out there, but it did go out. And now it's fishing.
One request I was put out there is if we could put the little yellow and black warning trigger area for the unloading of the corn, if possible, at the end of the dock near the dirt side, similar to what we did with the gravel piles.
Do tell me that again one more time. Sorry, I got distracted.
It's okay. if we could put the little square area where to unload the corn at the end of the dock, they would appreciate it if possible.
Yes, this is the only dock that actually got underground. I believe the rest of them. Oh no, we. That's right. All right. Yeah, we could put the squares on for unloading as well. Basically, the real thing is though, it's at the tip of the dock. If you back up to the tip, I didn't think you needed them. Maybe I'll make it an option that can be turned on and off for people that don't want them because I think sometimes those squares take away from the realism of the game. That's why I tried to. So yeah, you just back up to the edge of the dock, but I'll put that as an option to be turned on or off by uh, at the center plant as well. As far as Doofus, as far as putting the piles from the quarry over the factory sites and remove them, it would be quite impossible. It, because number one, they'd be huge piles, and uh, it would take forever to remove them. It throws a lot of variables that just don't seem to work together. Uh, the piles deplete over time, so eventually it would be possible for people to get to the trigger without removing the pile first and start building the factory, which would mess everything up. That's one thing we'd have to overcome. Number two is the amount of gravel that people would be able to get other places on the map would be an issue with, and the only place other than the train it is the new train to dispose of it. If all your, especially on your first factory, you could sell it off, but it would kind of make the gravel pit a lot less useful if there was gravel piles that huge all over the map, and it is the quantity as well. So it's a good thought, but I just don't think it would work in the map. So therefore, moving mountains is and purchasing them to uncover them is like a compromise that we are going with right now.
Yeah, I mean, just to answer quite, we totally get it, man. I mean, honestly, I always played offline, and I had a full-time job, and I get it. But it's definitely you get a good group of guys, and I tell you what, it's worth a lot. I would not go back after playing multiplayer. I don't even play single player. As soon as 15 came out for the PC, we didn't have a dedicated server yet. Somebody was hosting, and we would join and play. It's all about camaraderie and enjoying the game a little bit more, and doing it with more guys is much more enjoyable. I totally get it. Doing it alone is definitely tough, but go at your own pace, man. Do what you can, and if always looking for servers. There's always guys on PV mods looking for helpers. Even if you can't do it full time, get on when you can. Enjoy it. I mean, that's the best advice I can give.
Right. Yeah. The wall things that we showed you do move back over time. That's what I'm saying. You can take just basically you'd have a large pile, and as you dig into it, it slowly disappears. And in order to get it positioned perfectly so that the way the factories are built right now with all the other stuff that's already on the site that you guys can't see until it's built, that pile would have, the very last part of that pile would have to be dug up to expose the triggers where you could dump in. Otherwise, people would have the pile partially removed, and it opens up the ability to them possibly starting to build the factory before the pile is removed. And that's what I'm trying to avoid. That and the fact that we'd have another 10 million gravel in different parts of the map. As far as making them buyable to remove them, that's what we're doing right now. And if we come up with anything else, it's a possibility. Uh, you never know. Same thing that's an issue with trees. If I put trees on those lots, number one, the other thing about this is that because of the terrain is the way it is, the terrain is the asphalt texture under all of the factories, and planting trees in the lot, I can't replace a terrain texture as soon as the map is built. The terrain textures are what they are when I build it. So to place trees in a lot that end up, the only way to do it is to put a slab underneath each of the factories, which again to me adds to, I mean, with a map this size and as much as we're putting into it, keeping those slabs off of the ground underneath all the factories is something that we pretty much have to do. So planting trees in the middle of a cement parking lot wouldn't look right, and it also opens up the fact that people could literally weave in and around the trees, get to the build spot, and then what do you have? You have a factory built in trees you can no longer remove. They're sticking out of the top of it. So there's those little things that end up being a problem for making. I mean, yeah, it would be ideal if we could do stuff like that. It would be awesome to make it so that everything had to be cleared. But in this version, we're going to go with that, what we're working on now. Also for Thernadad, thanks for your law enforcement help. In response to you not having a lot of time, when this map first came out, it really, and still, it really is our focus to make a long-lasting multiplayer map. When version 2.0 is done and already in the process of version 3.0, there will be a single size map with easier to complete features. We're not going to say they're not going to have a lot of features, and it'll probably be more graphic intensive because of the single size will afford us to do more stuff there. But the features will be geared towards single players so that it doesn't take you forever as a single player to complete each project. And you won't need as many fields because obviously this was designed for 12. So it'll be a good map, and it'll be more of a sandbox too as well, but the features on that map are not going to take the quantities and stuff that it takes to build Pleasant Valley. And the other thing that I'd like to say with that, you guys that are playing single player, I knew people would, and it takes an extreme player to play this in single player, and a lot of people love it because it's in single player. They have it. I've seen, and uh, yeah, that was never the intention, and it still isn't. Well, our intention here was we have a great group of guys. Our first and foremost is to give us gameplay that lasts a long time, and the guys that we have, my gosh, all the content that's built on this map without any extra quantities in the vehicles other than what we showed you and what we're giving you, without any of the extra mods, which reminds me, I'm going to show you guys that wood chipper that makes wood chips if I can find it on Andre's farm, but without any extra mods with higher capacities, they still get through this content in a matter of months. I mean, it's ridiculous. I gotta keep these guys busy, and that's the real goal there.
Sorry.
No, it's quite all right, but we're introducing more ways to make money in the beginning of the game, which will speed it up for you guys. The new sawmills will cut down on your make the wood chips in that process go a little bit faster. So trying to find some compromises without ruining the whole longevity of the game we're trying to create. There will be ways to do it, but all in all, you still have to. We still want you to have a lot to do to keep going. I can't tell you how many people have told me already they've finished 1.3, and all you guys keep asking, when is version 2 coming out? And the 1.3 was actually designed for those people to be worked on for another few months, so you wouldn't need version 2 yet. You got enough content that if you're playing it the way we are, we're not even. Well, we got about half the factories built now, but we got a ways to go just to get the factories built. We don't have all the buyable objects, so it will take a. That was the intention. If you're finishing loading in extra money or larger equipment to finish it up and you're all waiting on 2.0, yeah, sorry, you're going to have to wait now. Is this truck in the release? Did we ever release the Volvo?
We that's that's out there all by itself already on modhub.us as well as mod hoster. the Volvo AR frame, and they released a new version yesterday, I believe. So you can find version 1.2, I believe, is out there on modhub.us and other sites as well. Believe the only thing we added in was maybe the passenger script. But other than that, that's the only added feature we did.
Chances are you will get a new version of the Volvo because somebody, and it might have been Thernadad. I have to check the forums. I think it began with a T. I can't keep names straight. Uh, let's see. Let me go to the forums real quick here.
Okay, there's also a question in chat about whether wither wheels or where you run over the crops and kill them with the tires of the vehicles. Any interest in that going into the game?
I think that is a mod that people can get if they so choose. Uh,
Uh, yeah, it has what's called lanes features. And basically, if you go through the crops, it'll knock it back one grow state is what it'll do. You can add all those features in the mods. We don't currently use them. If they do have a mod out there that made it universal for all of them, I don't think it'd be a bad thing. You definitely be more take more consideration into your driving path. That's for darn sure.
yeah, the biggest thing with that, again, I don't have any problem with it. The only problem we would run into is uh, either accidentally or a disgruntled player. Nobody's on. Let's go destroy this person's farm because I'm pissed at him. Uh, and that's why on the server, it's not. I like the idea because I'd like to keep people on the roads a little more. You can see I'm just driving through fields all the way, all over the place. But I just think it might cause more issues on our server than it would be worth. Anyway, it was Throsby, I think it was, not Therndead. But somebody was asking about putting the logos on the doors of a vehicle, of the Volvo. So you may get that, the old Pleasant Valley logos on the doors of the Volvo, and then we would have to release our own version. It's a very good possibility down the road. And let's see, does anybody know where Andre put his wood chip? It's in the woods, I know, because I reset the trees on him. But is it down below or up top here? I think it's up
It's
top.
supposed to be by popcorns.
Not Andre's. That's Scott's, and Andre put a wood mill up here somewhere on the property on White.
Doofus, thanks for the follow, buddy.
I was just looking for his wood chipper. And
Is it the AHWI?
the big one with the spout that actually the stump grinder. The
I
new
think he has it in his barn.
It
Then,
says with this wood grinder you can rework grabbed land very effectively.
I am not sure, but you think it's in his barn. Let me check his barns. I wanted to give his stump grinder a whirl if I see something in there. There it
But if
is.
that's the one,
And you might want to remind everybody that you might be, or you will be, or should be, replaying this tomorrow, or rerunning another video tomorrow night.
Yeah, we'll be back on live tomorrow, showing you the same stuff over again. And who knows? Hopefully, I'll have a couple extra things on during the day. I'll probably gonna get the gravel piles fixed at least, so they're not snow piles. Let me find out where Andre's tractors are hiding. I haven't used this wood chipper yet. So what do? You hook the wood chipper up and then a trailer behind it? Is that how that works?
I think I saw one work that way, yes.
All right, Jeff, you got a tractor. Straight across
Yep.
from here is his wood chipper. You can drive it over. Go for it.
Anybody interested in that Volvo black truck that Dave drive around? I did put the link in Twitch chat, so feel free to go ahead and download.
Let me get back to my dashboard so I can see if anybody's talking. You know what's really weird? that it's still working. My monitor. The monitor. The one that cuts out all the time.
No way means big bucks. No press of luck.
But I'm still working on getting the donations for a new one. Did you zip by when I wasn't looking?
Yep, I'm in his barn.
All right. We'll have to go chop down a tree or two. What tractor you got there?
It's a John Deere.
I think it hooks on the back, although you might be able to do it on the front. Oh, you hook that on the front and the trailer on the back. That's how it works, right?
I believe so. I think this is a stump grinder one.
Yes, that's what
wrong.
we're gonna cut a couple trees down and grind the stumps and show them how it works to create wood chips. And we'll get the link to that at some point when I find it. Andre's the one that grabbed that for me.
Yeah, Thomas, the link for that Volvo truck is in the chat of Dave's Twitch there.
Is it? Or is it not? I didn't see it.
Yeah, I should have put it in. It should be there.
But are you a moderator? Did I ever get you a moderator status on mine? Yeah, you are. It should have been there. I didn't see it, though.
I just threw it in there again. Copy paste.
There it is.
You had to scroll it up a little bit to catch it. A lot of typing and it went way up high there.
Yes. Yep, it's typing as fast and furious. All right. Where'd you go, Jeff? Again, I take my eyes off the screen and you disappear. You go down the hill?
Yep, right down the hill. I'm just cutting down some trees, get some stumps quick.
Did you get a trailer hooked on that thing already, too?
Yep,
Awesome.
on the back.
Awesome. We can drag them
For anybody
over.
interested, just for anybody interested, the Similar Way of Life will be streaming.
When?
We get done, he's going to start up.
Oh, cool.
I
Awesome.
recommend going and checking them out.
Yeah, it's a good stream. I think I see you over there. I'm going to grab his log grabber over here. Might as well pick him up and drag him over to the sawmill that's over here that isn't running. Oh, he has a pallet fork on it. I wonder if I can find a grabber. Actually, it is running. I lied. Appears he doesn't have the forks to grab them, so yeah, I guess we'll not do that. Unless they're over there on the ground. Have you seen them? Probably not. I think he just uses this one to pick the pallets up. Andre's one of those person that has a piece of equipment for oh, there they are, right on the ground. Piece of equipment for every different job. Now, as far as that log doohickey that you're working on with, I don't know where he got it
jump
from.
in. I'll cut down a tree and you can do stump here, show everybody.
Yeah, I'm actually coming over with the fork so we can not leave trees all over the map. But I'm on my way.
Oh, I plan on resetting the game right after we're done. I don't plan on using this.
Resetting the game?
The save game, because somebody decided to get ambitious and dump logs in the lake, or boulders in our lake.
Oh, you did?
Somebody did.
Somebody? I don't know where you are. I thought you were over by this chipper. But if you reset the save game, all the work that people are doing is not going to have to be there.
I don't think anybody's on, are they?
Oh, yeah. Dan is. Dan and Chris. I don't know where you went. Oh,
I'm here.
you're up there.
Just Chris and I and Jeff and David are the only ones there.
Don't worry about those rocks, Jeff. I can pull those out of the lake with tomorrow's update. I got them saved. Actually, I'll grab the backup save game as well. But they are in one or 2 of the save games I have out there. And they're built into the map. Let's see. So, truck's running. Stump grinder is... Wow, is it already up in the air? Yeah, it is. Okay. So I guess what we do here is we drive up here. Let's get rid of the F1 menu real quick, just because it's blocking half the screen. Oh, well, though, I guess I got to turn it on, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So it basically, you drive over the stump, drive into the stump with it turned on, and I think it's gone. There you go, that's all. But the...
Dave, do you happen to have the developer mod? Could you flip that on and see if it disappears underground? Or don't you do that?
Oh yeah, you could... I'm sure it does. But, yeah, the wireframe mode.
Correct.
Yep, wireframe is on. There is no more stump there. Here's a new one right here. We'll show you it in wireframe. Disappear. You can see the wood chips blowing out in wireframe mode. And voila, completely gone. So that's how that works. And yeah, so if you have a bunch of stumps and you need more wood chips, we did 3 stumps, we got 4. It's not a ton, but you definitely grab up some wood chips from your stumps. Even the bigger stumps, you just gotta... I think you gotta lift up for the bigger stumps, maybe? Let me try this out. If I can drive into it. Yeah, with a tall stump like that, you're going to have to do something different. Tall stumps don't work. This one here, Jeff? Unless it can be raised. Wait a minute, what's this claw do? Lower the small flap. Nope. That one there is too high for the stump grinder. So saw me off a piece. And apparently the stump grinder does not do small pieces either. So it has some issues. But it does give you some extra wood chips.
Give her a push.
And there we go. We're getting some chips from the extra stump. And there's another stump. Do we have the wood chipper particle instead of dust? For this one here, it has a wood chipper particle. It's just moving quite fast. I did notice it's wood chips, and like I said again, we don't actually do the wood chip particles. Somebody else made this mod, and we're just giving it a test because wood chips are definitely a problem. So if and it seems to be working just fine. So it's one of those pieces we'll get you links to. It's pretty cool. Gets you some extra wood chips from your stumps. And I'll do one more over here. Chop down a tree. Timber! And I didn't leave much of a stump to grind, did I? Yeah, it's over there. Move the tree out of the way. can't even see my stump. You get the wood chip, the smoke in the front, but you do get wood chips blowing out of the back, and that's just the way they designed this. Lower the stump cutter. Let's get that last piece. Are you taking that out of here? Okay, let me get out of your way. That would help me see the stump I'm doing. And I'll swing around the front and see what we have for a graphic as it's chipping. And I believe it is just the smoke in the front end as it's being chipped in. Oops, I drove right over the top. Yeah, you see the smoke in the front. But you do actually, I don't know. Yeah, looks like it's mostly just steam or smoke or whatever. But that's the way it's made. And that's the way it will stay. Let's see. Thanks, simulator. Let's see. Who are you talking to, Philly? I can see chat. Did I miss something? Really? If you cut parallel to the tree, I cut it at an angle all the time. But I didn't know that. I actually don't usually use a chainsaw. I'm usually using the whatchamacallit? The Scorpion. Was that not parallel enough? See, that's what I always have a problem. I just cut parallel to the tree, I thought, and the tree's still standing up. I mean, I could crouch down here. There, I got two cuts. See, that's why I never run it parallel. What am I doing wrong then? Because that tree has been cut twice and I did it parallel and it's still standing. Therefore, that's why I always cut them at an angle, because they always fall for me at an angle. Now I've got a lot of little pieces.
I just cut straight across, and whichever way you finish your cut, that's where it's gonna, which will fall.
That's what I just did, and it didn't fall. I thought. What did I do wrong?
That's why you make the maps, and we work on them.
Yeah. Yeah, stopping on these tree stumps can sometimes be a challenge. But yeah, did I not just cut it parallel? Let's watch back the video. I'll try one more time.
Operator error.
Key, yep. That's 90 degrees. How? All right. That is parallel to the ground. Is it not? Show me how you do it, Jeff. Show me your cut.
Yeah, Dave, you're doing it right. It's just because I do the same thing. I cut it 90 degrees, and almost every time it does fall to where the chainsaw will end up at, and for some reason yours is standing up straight, and it doesn't do that for most everybody else, at least in single-player games.
That is perfectly parallel. I can't move it any more parallel.
Let's see if I can run into it.
All right. You know what it was? I think I wasn't. You got to be exactly perfectly parallel, and I think I was just slightly angled. Yeah. I didn't realize you had to make sure it was cranked all the way over, which is operator error. That one absolutely fell correctly. So, yep, learn something new every day. grind another stump. Oh, good. It's too bad when we're frozen like this that I don't actually get all the wood chips that are coming out of the pipe.
Yeah, Andre, I'm pretty sure we have all we, we have all your tractors down here. We have your front end loader. We got your John Deere.
It's
I
got
got
your wood
your New
chipper.
Holland stuck up. I got your New Holland stuck up in the garage. It's a disaster. Like tornado came through here.
Yeah, we were showcasing your wood chipper stump grinder thingy. And yeah, we got that too. So therefore, I didn't realize you were watching. What site did you get this off of? I am new to the chainsaw, yep. I didn't notice this notch in the stump, but I did notice that I wasn't at a perfect 90. So it's things you learn every day. And now that I own a Scorpion, this is probably the only time you'll see me actually cutting them with a chainsaw. You're gonna start charging. I'm going to put it back now then. That's pretty cool. Like the little notch thing. I'm getting out of this thing before I run up too much of a bill. Yeah, timber. Actually, all the people are awake. They're all on computers, and that's why I think it got a little better. I think they took the hint when I go out there, and I didn't want to be rude, but I pretty much went out there and said, "Are you watching a movie?" Said, "I thought so. It's killing my live stream." I think he got off right after I told him that. Although there were actually two people watching Netflix at the same time. Andre, I'm parking this back in your garage over here. I hope it's the right garage. Jeff picked it up.
And just pick one. His New Holland stuck somewhere as well.
And this tractor I know goes across from it somewhere. I don't know where he got your trailers from.
Oh, good thing for only rental fees and not insurance damages. We're in good luck then.
Yeah, I like your new display board there, Andre. A little bit bigger and bright. Oh, I always do that. Jump out of the wrong side. A little bit bigger and brighter to see. Where would you like your trailers?
I think you said you need to wash them off in a lake.
Okay. Actually, I think they were under.
Jesus.
I think they were under his pull through here. And if
Hey,
not,
just park them anywhere you want to and tell them Jeff did it.
See how that works? That works pretty good.
I'm thinking that. Too bad the poor guy's got to work. I'm thinking that this is a good spot for him. At least that's where I'm putting him. And the tractor. Hey, that tractor was in the garage. What'd you do? Pull out his other tractor too?
I tried getting the New Holland tractor out and it got stuck somehow.
It looks like it's. Wait, well, let me see if I can move it. Oh no, synchronization.
Holy sink, man.
All right. Did everybody that's here catch everything that we went over earlier today, or do you want me to go through it all one more time?
Don't forget, right after our stream, Simulator Way of Life will be doing his stream of our map version 1.3. So feel free to stop by, and it's always a good time.
Absolutely. And we will try to be back next week with more additions. We keep on going. But if you want me to show you anything else, that would be fine. It's Filio. One more time. All right. We'll go through it one more time for everybody. Yeah, you did a good job here. Sorry, Andre. Don't look. I think I might have it.
For anybody interested, this is our work in progress. Someone on our forums suggested that we put our PVDOT transportation logo on there. So this was just a start, but we will fine tune it and make it look much better. But at least to show you it can be done, and we're working on it.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be done. We listen to everything everybody has to say, even if some of them are terrible ideas. I can, but you must remember with the quarry that we've already went pretty far with it as far as how much the walls have moved back. And with that being said, it's not what it's going to look like anymore now. If you missed the last broadcast, it's on the Twitch page there, and you'll see what it looked like started out, because we covered that all in the last broadcast. And I introduced a new feature in the quarry today, which is called snow, by accident. So ignore the big white piles when I get up there. Used to be gravel, but yeah, sometimes when I'm working on maps, I hit a wrong button. Now, apparently, I replaced a bunch of things with the wrong thing. Sounds good, Phil. And I don't have my dashboard working anymore. Why is that? I'm refreshing. So I don't know if I've got any new followers lately. The dashboard stopped.
Xanderdog, thanks for the follow, bud.
Yes, on the way to the gravel pit. We'll just show you what we've done and what we messed up today. And then we already sent out all the boats from last week. They're all fishing, so that's pretty much done for the day. We also tore down the new mountain that is covering the speedway. If you missed that, you'll have to buy the speedway in the beginning, as well as most things. But there will be... that's a hint for the ski lodge you're adding. You know, if we turn this into a
You
16...
shouldn't have said that, Longwood. Now he's going to do it. Shame on you.
No, actually, if you were with us earlier, I was mentioning that the other night, I think it was last night, or maybe the night, I think it was the night before, I was just experimenting to see what I could do with putting this map into a 16x map. And I did it, basically. I have a version of Pleasant Valley that has enough room for 4 more maps around it, or 3 more maps this size around it. Not that I'll ever use it. I don't know if the Giants engine can handle it, and currently there's a bug with the Giants editor in the maps that don't allow foliage layers to grow out there, so if that's not fixed, we'd have to move everything that doesn't require foliage into those areas, such as the gravel pit, which doesn't, and things like that, and do a lot of reworking. But one of the thoughts was to make a little bit of snowland in part of it, maybe up in the mountains, with snow on the trees, snow on the ground. We'd need fill types to make snow removal. We're still out of the fill types, so it's a long-term possibility, but you'll see this map and then a single-player map before we even start that sucker, beyond what I've already done. I was just checking. You know what else I found out, too? Which is possible, but it will never happen. There's a way to increase units per pixel, which does throw off the precision on the map, but you're basically taking the terrain and where what now takes one, say, well, pixel, if those that don't, like one block now covers 2 or 4 or 8 or however many you want to have it cover, but the precision, you lose some of the precision. Well, in my trials to see how it worked, I literally blew up the map, which would have to require, with that process, let me just say that it would require to start a new map all over. You can't blow up this terrain and have all the objects be in the right spot anymore. But I did it up to 64 size map, and it worked fine.
McPeanut, thanks for the follow.
Here's the new snow piles that the gravel that lost its texture, so not very pretty as of right now, but all these piles have to be dug into and moved back. And let me see if I can find a loader down here or up here. And let me say, I never even tested the triggers after I messed them all up, so we'll do a quick test. So the 64X map, just so you know, in my little test that I did, well, when I blew this up to a 16X map, I decided to go from one edge of the map to the other, not crossways, but just from top to bottom, and see how long it took me at a 115 mile an hour race car. And I believe it was just under 3 minutes to go 115 miles an hour on the 16X to go from one corner to the other. On the 64X map, to go from one edge to the other at 115 miles an hour, it took me a little, well, more than 8 minutes straight non-stop. And that's just traveling at 115 miles an hour from one corner to the other. So that that would be just insane project. But the interesting thing about that theory as well is the pixel duplication is the foliage layers would work all the way out to the edges of that map. So, but it won't happen in my lifetime. It would take me and on that size map, the lag isn't as much either, because you're literally just taking the terrain you have and stretching it rather than adding more terrain. So it could be done. I'm just saying. I don't know how well it would work with the precision and harvesting and stuff. Things like your corn gets spaced out. The rows are spaced out a little bit further. So a lot of things would have to be adjusted. Here we are at the sand area. You can see there's still a couple walls here. Let me dig into one sand wall just in case, because I just fixed the triggers today. And as we dig in, I don't know if you could see it, but ever so slightly that wall moves back, and eventually you'll open up the whole sand area. And we'll dump some sand. Same way up here with the salt area. Yeah, 64X. That would be just insane. Not in my lifetime, probably. I say that. You know what the scary part is? I almost... Oh, did I not dump my sand? I am so bad at this mining thing. I need to play more and stop making maps. I just wasted some sand on the ground. Just don't watch. But anyway, yeah. 64X map, the challenge is almost enticing. Nobody's ever done that before. And thank you for the follow. Load my stuff in. There, I dumped it. I dumped it that time. I didn't even catch who the follow was because my monitor's all wacky again. But thanks anyway for the follow. And let me just say one other thing. Any donations that are received will go toward making my process better here. A new monitor is my second monitor, so I can stream better and see what's going on all the time. Mine keeps blacking out every 5 minutes or so. That's my first goal. And looks like I think we're up to $20 out of the 160 I need, which is cool. The second goal, because of the situation that I've had a rough time here the past few years, I'm actually living at my sister's house, so I can't control the internet or anything, and I don't have a current income. So if I do get the money, what I will be doing, I already talked to her, is actually spending the $120 for the year to get my internet connection sped up, which probably should be the first goal. Only because for me to upload the map today, it takes over an hour, and then I have to have somebody else put it on the server. So things take longer. My live streams are skippier. So yes, anybody that does make a donation, look saving up for those two main items first off. And this is the stone area, and I'm using the little loader. I have no idea. The big one's right here. But you have these walls back now in order to get back in there. I just thought I'd do a little bit of stone only because we have 3 bridges to build and they all take stone now. So a little bit of stockpiling stone doesn't hurt. But let's move up to some bigger equipment, make it a little easier. Or is it easier with all this lagginess going on? Dig up some stone, run over the little cat, get stuck on the little cat. You know, I'm not too bright at this stuff, am I? I just parked my big cat on top of my little cat. Nobody... Let's put the Be Right Back sign up. See, that's why, actually, if you guys haven't seen that, because I drive over things, this is my Be Right Back screen. Alright, we'll shut that down. Me driving over things with the big cat. Which I think is fitting right now. That's a good question. I have no idea. I just noticed it right now. Why does the Cat 980 not have the particle animations when we dump? Did they have it in the pack when we got it? Was it something we did? Anybody out there have the cat pack and are your animations showing? I have a good reason why, actually. I bet you I'm pretty sure I know why. If I'm correct, the person who converted the Cat 980 would not have done... They probably used the 2013 standard fill planes rather than the dynamic ones. And the same way with this here, I don't see any... Oh, you know what? My particle effects on my computer have not been showing. They might be showing for other people and not me, because I've been having that issue as well lately. I don't know why. It's probably my new graphics driver setting that I updated, not showing them or something. Thanks, Pete, for the follow. But anyhow, if it is the machine, I'll check it out in multiplayer. If it's a regular fill plane, we have the fill planes built into the map and not actually built into the machines, so it has to be the dynamic fill planes to add automatically, and that could
I
be
will
the
try.
issue. Although
I'll try it right
it could,
now on the 980.
I thought I had fill planes on these, and I'm not getting them on the 994 either. So it could be that I'm bugged out. I know I've been bugging out when I drive through the silo. I get the fill plane for a minute and then it stops. But it could be just mine. The DadgeNet monster. Well, actually, we've been looking at a monster truck as well. I'm not getting not fill planes, but particle effects on any of these right now. So check your stream out and see if you get them or if they're not there.
No, they're not. And here's the reason why. That wall is done with the UPK kit, right?
Correct. But it shouldn't make
See,
a
remember
difference.
it should, because out of the UPK silos, there's no particle systems out of the
Yeah, but
silos, the placeable silos.
but those are built into the silos, not, and these would be built into the vehicles, not the UPK. It has to be either regular fill planes or, and we didn't add them, or
Yeah, they worked before, though. They don't work on these walls. They worked in the piles.
no, it wouldn't be that though. They're not connected. Actually, dig in the pile at the bottom of the. This is not UPK. Actually, can you dig in those piles with a shovel? I don't know if you can. The piles were all UPK in here.
Right, and
Yes, they were. These are all. Nothing changed there. These are yeah. See,
Maybe,
these,
I don't know.
I'm digging in this, and this is not you. It's not. It's built into the vehicles, and it could be something that we did that updated today. I'll have to check the file. I'm probably. Oh, I just got particle effects from that dump. I think it's server issues right now with the update or lag or something, because I just got particle effects from the cat dumping from this
Well, we
pile.
had the issue we had the issue the other night with loading our dump truck, or loading our trucks with that spout there. Remember, they would show it for you or show me and not for you.
2000
Yeah.
were disconnected.
Actually, they are showing up from here, this pile. Interesting. So is but it must not be registering because it's picking up from a UPK object, which never was the case. Because those other little piles that we had in here were still UPK objects. So pick up directly from the pile underneath the conveyor, Jeff. Oh nope! See, I'm getting particle effects from
Yep,
both.
I just saw them.
Yeah, but I'm getting them from both now, and I wasn't before. So I think it is really, literally just a server glitch out, which has been happening with all the extra stuff we're adding in. We still have to streamline. We're adding stuff, and yeah, now
Yep, I get it out of the pile.
Now he's getting, yeah, but I bet you get it from the wall now too as well. I think it was just a glitch on the server. Which, if I check the server real quick, I can check and see if there's any network synchronization issues. And sends with unknown target address, or
Yeah, that's working from the wall as well.
yeah, so I think it was just a synchronization server thing. Remind you that we're adding stuff in the map and we haven't really gone through and really streamlined it yet. That's a whole nother part of the process. So we have to make sure that things run smoothly. These mods that people are making that we're adding, sometimes they end up taking too many resources. But even that, sometimes they are taxing on the graphics. I have to adjust graphics. This is rough draft stuff that you're seeing here. We test, we fix, we test, we fix. We do performance updates. Earlier today, this map was 560 megabytes. This afternoon, it's down to 498, and it could probably be below 400. Those things have to go over and take a lot of time, but we get the features in first. Obviously, I messed up one of the graphics when I was tweaking it. That's why the gravel piles aren't here. It's because I did some graphic tweaks, and I apparently unlinked the graphic that I need, or didn't. This link to the gravel piles got messed up somehow. So those kinds of issues, hopefully we will try to maintain, but there's definitely most of that stuff should come back when we get the next update done, and it'll definitely have it working much better when it gets released to you. You'll see the process. We're showing you the process live of what we usually never did show before, which ends up being quite a undertaking as well, but I like to get user input and let you guys see everything that we're doing. And you can see I could still pick up gravel from the snow pile. I just don't have the graphic there. And the graphics shovel effects on the big cat don't appear to... Yeah, I'm having some sync issues because I can't even empty the shovel. Isn't that weird? Yeah, server's probably gonna crash. No, but it's also me syncing up with the server because of the people on the internet. You can see how choppy I am, running 130 ms in the bottom corner there. That's why I think we're just about done with this broadcast until another day. And, well, till tomorrow, we'll see what we can get straightened out. See if we can get back on at 9 o'clock tomorrow evening. And hopefully have some of these little issues taken care of. So if anybody...
New followers, thanks for the followers, and thanks for joining us tonight. We hopefully have a new broadcast next week, and possibly tomorrow night with a little extra.
Yeah, we'll see what we can get on for tomorrow night. Anybody has any final questions? No, those silos are unlimited, so it wasn't full. It's me, it's my connection, synchronizing with the server. Bucket's probably empty. If Jeff jump into the big cat, Jeff, and tell me if the bucket's actually empty and the numbers just didn't update for me. Are you still there, Jeff?
I'm still here.
Did you hear me? Or did I cut
I
out?
did not.
I said,
Yeah, you're cutting out bad.
you want to jump into the Cat 98, the Cat 994, and see if that bucket's empty and it was just me sinking?
That bucket is empty.
Yeah, see, it just didn't sync up with me because of my connection issues right now. So the bucket empty, and that's because of two people watching Netflix on a 10 megabyte connection with a half a megabyte upload. And yeah, so for tonight, actually one of those people are working tomorrow, so it should be much better tomorrow evening. But for tonight, I think that's going to be it, and I will get back up here tomorrow with some fixes, and we'll see if we can get anything else in, but a day's not really much. I'll probably just tweak some performance issues, see what we can get fixed there. And get back on tomorrow. For anybody that missed it tonight, we'll go over the same things probably all over again. The hopper information is in your PDA. If you go to your PDA and go to the gravel area, there's 9,661,000 gravel in that hopper. And that's pretty much how we do it. But like I said, as you see, you're going to see a lot of problems. We test, but I think it's helping because it's giving you guys a little bit of an idea of what we have to go through. Everything that works fine offline, when it goes to dedicated server, it's a random crapshoot. And literally, the features I'm showing you today, the first time we put it up, I think it was 4 o'clock this afternoon, we had some things we already had to fix, and now obviously we have some more to fix. But we do this all the time, and then once we get these problems out, we work on the next batch so we can bring you more stuff. Street signs on the roads are a possibility. well, we have to, because I do want to put a lot more detail and decoration, but they will probably have to be turned on some way afterwards, or maybe the problem with that, or turned on with the factories individually as they're bought and things, so that they're not on the landscape when you first come in. And we'll get you guys more content and more up to date. But yeah, we'll. The thing with street signs on the roads is that right now nobody seems to take the roads, and that's just a kind of a thing that I don't want to put fences up everywhere and guardrails to keep you guys on the roads, but we're always cutting across fields, and the map already takes so long. But yeah, as far as decorative items, I think it'd be kind of cool, and they'd be useful for some. So you will always have the new icons like I showed before. I got the Sam Adams icon on the map to show you where different things will be. It'll be better marked map for people when we get it done, and we'll always have that as well. Make the fences non-collision, or make the signs non-collision. We'll see what comes. All things that definitely would love to do, and give you the options whether you want them or not too, which is kind of a feature that we're building in too. Might put some power poles along the streets as well, and some more street lights. No fences, come on, Scott, you love the fences. If there were fences, they'd be able to turn them all off like last time. But the priority right now stands in getting functionable items into the map before we put more decorative items into the map, so that we make sure the server can handle it. The major roads on the PDA, that can be done as well, but we're going to have to redraw them, because for some reason satellite view that we used did not pick up the roads. I'll have to figure out how, if we can do that.
Are you going to have major roads in the final?
Well, the roads will be here, but they will have to be here. The main road segments, I believe, because there's no way for them to. Well, that's another issue. Paving roads, possible, but I gotta get some feedback on that. And it's still iffy because the technology is just not there. But I've got a demo, and maybe if you tune in tomorrow night after the broadcast, I will give you guys. I'll get ready my paving road demo on another offline map to show you guys. Sound like a plan? So we'll be broadcasting at 9 again tomorrow if all goes well, and then I do have a map that I have a paving road demo where we can make parking lots and gravel roads and asphalt roads, with currently using a cedar as the paver, but that will be in the next yeah, I can give you a quick demo of that tomorrow night at the end of tomorrow night's broadcast. As far as the curved roads, I think that I like the layout of having to not have to drive straight all the time. And some of the roads are useless, but when you get done with this, you will be able to do some of your own neat things on the landscape. So there was a paver for 2013, and it is bugged to all crazy. It works, but the number of errors it throws in the log was kind of ridiculous, and so it can't be converted. And also it uses a script that actually does change terrain texture or put something down. I'm not a script writer, so I couldn't figure out how to get that to work on our map, but I did figure out something else. Tune in tomorrow. We'll show you what we do have, see what you guys think. It's not 100% perfect, but it's what I have to work with right now. So after the end of tomorrow's broadcast, I'll give you a little bit of a demo. I just have to set it up so you won't be sitting here forever waiting for me. yeah, if you have a paver that's working, it's error free, love to pave roads. I'd take out all the roads and let you build your own roads, but it's an issue right now. It works, but if you check your error log, if it's the same one, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the one that if you check your error log, it has tons of UV errors and stuff, even though it works. Anyhow, guys, thanks for stopping in. Thanks for all the new follows. Thanks for the new donations. They're greatly appreciated. You have no idea. And we shall be back tomorrow night with more fun. And right now, I guess it's Simulator Way of Life that's going to be, was it, that's streaming, or 21 something?
Yep. Tonight is going to be as far.
They both be, but Simulator Way of Life is going to be streaming right after our broadcast. Check out his channel. And 21 something also is a great place to stop in and get some information on the map. And really, we don't show you what you can do on the map that we've already done. We're just trying to bring you guys the new content as we're bringing it out more so. So those are great places to see more of the map and what's already been in the 1.3 if you haven't done it. Tomorrow's broadcast will be right around 9 p.m. if all goes well.
Thanks for stopping by, guys.
9 p.m.
Much
Eastern
appreciated.
Standard Time. Yep, thank you again for everything, and we'll catch you all later. And going down in 3, 2, 1...